Hi guys, welcome to another Team Memes Not Meta video. I'm Team Member Bryan, and today I'm going to be showing you more Master Duel. But this time with a different deck. We are going to be taking a look at Plunder Patrols, and how well they can do in Master Duel. So, we'll get into the deck profile, and then I'll show you 2 replays that I had, and then we'll go into 1 live duel at the end. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So here is the deck that I am using currently in Master Duel. It is slightly different than the deck in the profile, but not too much. For one, I added 3 Maxis. They're too good to have. They're too good not to have is what I meant to say. Plunder Patrols really like to have their hand, so having a Maxi to get an infinite hand size when your opponent inevitably infinitely special summons is perfect. I am also using 1 Forbidden Droplet just because. I would probably have Forbidden Droplets in the real deck that I own if they weren't so expensive, but for now, I'm cheap and don't have those. I also took out 1 Nibiru for 1 effect failure. Nibiru in Master Duel I find is not as great since a lot of people are running around with Flow Under Ease and other normal summon decks, and sometimes they don't even special summon up to 5 times, so in a best of 1 type game, having a dead card in your deck when going up against Flow Under Ease is not the greatest, but I still like to have the 2 in there just in case. Extra deck is also a little bit different. I am not playing a couple of the cards from the deck profile, but the bread and butter is there. The Plunder Patrol ships, Owl Mirage definitely needed, Emancipator Dragite, White Aura Whale just in case, Berserker of Tenny just in case. I would also suggest probably putting in a Zeus. I'm not even sure if I have a Zeus. I probably should get one if I don't. Seems like I do not have one. It's not the greatest in this deck only because you lock yourself into Plunder Patrols a lot, but if you ever end your turn on a Moark and are able to attack with it, getting out a Zeus next turn is really good, but a lot of the times the Moark will not have materials on it, so it's only good if you can summon out a Moark and then attack with it, but that limits a lot of your plays since when you XC summon Moark, you do not get the effects of the materials. So now that you've seen the deck, let's go right into the replays. Alright guys, so here we go with our very first replay. I'm going second, and my hand is actually not bad for going second, but would be pretty abysmal if you were going first. Luckily that's not the case here though. I have Forbidden Droplet, which will be able to stop anything that he summons out and ends with. I have the Fusion card if I need to get out lists. I have a Kaiju to get rid of any annoying monsters if you may summon something like a Phoenix Enforcer. And I have Whitebeard and Redbeard, 2 very nice cards to have, especially with the Fusion. So, let's see what our opponent does here. So he summons a Luber. So we are playing against Despia. He searches for his field spell because he has Branded Opening. He gets rid of an Ash Blossom and gets his Despia Tragedy. He then uses Allure of Darkness, which he can then send the Despia Tragedy and get the effect of to search for a Dramaturge. This is very nice to have when fusion summoning. I'm not going to use this field spell to fusion summon into Masquerade. Very nice card to have. Burns 600 damage every time I activate a card. He's going to set a card then, and he's going to also summon the Dramaturge. Now that set card is most likely a Infinite Imperm, let's be honest here. I'm going to immediately Kaiju his Masquerade. I want to activate cards in effect without losing my life points. I'll activate my field spell, discard my Fusion card, and search for Bluebeard. I'll normal summon the Whitebeard, special summon out the Bluebeard, and then link those 2 away to get out Blackbeard. Now I'm actually hoping to use, to bait out Dramaturge's effect, and then instantly use Blackbeard's effect on himself. So this will allow me to get a draw on cards. Oh, but he has a Forbidden Droplet. He's going to send my Kaiju, and he's going to negate it. That's awesome, actually. While Blackbeard might be negated for this turn, I'm still getting my Whitebeard effect, and I have yet to use yet to use my Emblem's effect from the Fusion card. So I'll bring out the Emblem onto the Golden Hair, use Emblem, and I'll bring out Brawn. Activate Brawn's effect. I'll banish his field spell. So a Black Eyes with Brawn. Use my Redbeard's effect to attach. use Black Eye's effect to get back a Whitebeard, summon out the Black Eyes, and now we can attack for some meaty damage. One great thing about Plunder Patrol is with the field spell, you can get your monsters to have a lot of attack with not much at all. I'll set my Forbidden Droplet, and he's going to summon back out his Masquerade. That's fine, it does not have this pay 600 life points since it is not fusion summoned anymore. And he drops a Raigeki, ooh. I'm going to immediately use my Bronze effect to discard Whitebeard to get a search off. And also use Blackbeard's effect to get a draw off, even though the monster I'm summoning is going to be destroyed. We draw into the Redbeard, very nice, and we search for Black Eyes. Now the main reason I used Bronze effect was to get Whitebeard in the grave to summon out a Redbeard, so that I can still get out a ship if need be. He's going to play another Allure of Darkness and banish a Destiny Hero Celeste. He's then going to go into battle phase. I'm going to bring out my Mowerk using Redbeard, and I'm going to then attempt to banish his monster, but he Ash Blossoms. Definitely an interesting choice, since I can just use his effect next turn, but it's fine. I'll just attach the Redbeard I discarded to him to give him some extra attack. We draw into a Maxi. I'm going to immediately use a Black Eye's effect to get back the Whitebeard, discard the Whitebeard to activate the effect of Mowerk, and banish the Masquerade. Search out the other field spell for fodder to discard, and use Whitebeard's effect to summon out a monster. Now he's going to use his Alluve's effect, so I'm going to use my Maxi just to get one extra draw. That's really the only reason. I highly doubt I'll need it, since I think this is game here, but it's definitely nice to just get an extra draw just in case. Bring out the Golden Hair, we'll link into Blackbeard, and switch Mowerk into attack, and we will attempt to win the game. So one good thing here about Blackbeard is that he can actually summon out a ship in battle phase, allowing you to attack once again. So let's bring out the Brawn and attack for a good old 4,000 for game. And that's our first replay against Despia. Alright guys, welcome to the next replay. This time I am going first. My hand is not the greatest, but definitely still have a little bit to do. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So I just normal summoned Redbeard, nothing else would happen. I'm going to normal summon Redbeard and use him to link into Almirage. I do this to get Redbeard in the grave, so then I can use Black Eye's effect to bring Red Eyes back into my hand and special summon out the Black Eyes. I can then use Black Eyes and Almirage to link summon into Plunder Patroll Blackbeard. I'll set then my Infinite Imperm, and we'll end there. Unfortunately, not much more we can do, but we do have the Maxi just in case. He special summons a lot. And it seems like we are up against the Cyber Darks. So he's going to bring the Cyber Dark Chimera to his hand, and he's going to immediately normal summon it, and try to search for Power Bond. I'm going to immediately Infinite Imperm that. I do not want any Power Bonds to be searched. I don't want any of his fusion monsters summoned. I would like none of that happening. So we'll stop him. He's going to use Cybernetic Horizon, put his cards into the grave, search out a Chimera, and put a Cyber End Dragon into the grave. He's trying to get out his boss monster, but hopefully we can stop him before that happens. He's going to put in Cyber Dark Cannon into the grave, search out another Chimera, which is interesting since he can't use it this turn. He's going to tribute out a Cyber Dragon, and then he's going to fusion away into Chimera Tech. That's my mistake. I should have remembered Chimera Tech is played in this deck. I should have immediately used Black Eyes or Plunder Patrol Blackbeard's effect. But that's alright. We draw into a Desires. We'll Desire our heart away and draw 2. We get an Ash Blossom and a Golden Hair. Golden Hair is exactly what I needed. We'll discard the Whitebeard, special summon out a Bluebeard, and we will special summon out Brawn. We want Brawn because we can use his effect to search for a monster and to banish his continuous spell that he has on the field. So we'll search out a Black Eyes, discarding a Redbeard, attach the Redbeard back to the Brawn to allow him to now use quick effects on my opponent's turn. We'll use Black Eyes effect to get out the Whitebeard, and then normal summon since we have not done so yet, and go into another Blackbeard. I will remember this time that he has Chimera Fleets and use his effect before he can summon anything else. We'll attack with the Brawn, attack with the Blackbeard, and then use Blackbeard's effect to go into a list since he has a bunch of lights in his grave. We'll then attack with the list, and we'll end there. So now we have a way to destroy spells and traps, and a way to negate monster effects, so we're doing pretty well here. He's going to try and search for a spell and trap. We're going to Ash Blossom that immediately. I don't want him searching for anything. So let's see what he can do now. Ooh, the Lightning Storm. He's going to try and destroy all my monsters. So I'm going to banish the Lightning Storm, discarding the Whitebeard, just to get a search off, and to get Whitebeard in the graveyard to special summon out another Plunder Patrol monster. I should have now used Lys's effect to special summon out Redbeard from the equip zone in defense, but that's fine, we get one out anyway. We're going to use Redbeard's effect, special summon back out into the Lys, and we will now go into our turn. We're going to special summon out the Redbeard, link into a Emancipator Dragite, and we will reattach the Red Eyes onto this card. Now, I should have went into Blackbeard here. If I had known what his face down was, of course, I could have just attacked with the Blackbeard, attacked with Lys, used Blackbeard's effect, and ended here. But I opted for the Emancipator Dragite just in case he had something face down. He's now going to summon out his core and search for a Cyber Emergency. And then, of course, he's going to play that. I'm going to immediately negate it. I understand that Cyber Emergency can be brought back to your hand if it's negated, but you have to discard a card to do so, and he only has one in hand. And with just a Cyber Emergency, he's not going to be able to do too much, especially with Cyber Darks. So, he's going to discard that one card in his hand, use his effect to get out another Cyber Dark into the grave, then play a Cyber Emergency for another core, which is useless for him, since he already used Core's effect. And with that, he's going to end it gracefully by attacking into my own monster, sealing the deal, and giving me game. Thank you so much, Billy Muff. With that, our 2 replays have been done, so let's now get into a live match. Alright guys, so let's get into our very first live duel with Plunder Patrols. I am currently Gold 3, making my way up there. As I said, I was Platinum 1 last time, so we'll see if we can make it up by the end of the Season 2. Alright, we got a nice and quick one there. Seems like he's also Gold 3, but on the cusp of moving up. Let's see if we can't stop him from winning. We'll go first. I go back and forth between what I want to do with Plunder Patrols, going first, going second. Sometimes I like to go second, sometimes I like to go first. It's all preference, I guess. I normally do go second, though. And this hand is much to be desired. Luckily, I have a Pot of Desires, but having the Emblem in hand is not the greatest. I'd rather have that in my deck. And drawing 2 more hand traps, not the greatest. Looks like we didn't get too hurt with the Pot of Desires, although sending 2 Black Eyes is not the greatest thing. Luckily though, we do have a play. We can summon out our Golden Hair, go into Owl Mirage, activate Golden Hair's affected grave, and send our Ash Blossom. Don't want 2 Ash Blossoms, not really needed. And with that, we can summon right into Blackbeard. Now, normally, of course, I would love to also get a Emancipator Dragite out, but I would need a little bit more Plunder Patrols than just the 1 monster to summon that out. Having just the Blackbeard is he's fine with all the hand traps I have. Maxi's very nice. Hopefully he doesn't have an Ash Blossom for that. Didn't look like he did, since it did not go to him when I used the Desires, although that does not always mean he doesn't have an Ash. So, let's see what our opponent does. Looks like he's thinking right now. Emergency Teleport. Alright, we will immediately maxi that. I don't want to Ash Blossom my Iceno point at the moment. Seems like he does have a way to negate that. He has an Ash Blossom himself. That's fine. That stops him from being able to negate my Blackbeard when whatever the monster comes out. And it puts a fire type in the grave to allow me to go into Brawn. So I assume with emergency teleport that he is playing the gate deck. I can't think of it. Virtual World. We will shortly see. Oh, he's playing Mutant. Really cool deck. I have not seen this in Master Duel at all. I will ash that. I have no idea what the mutant spells and traps do, so I'd rather not see him. And he has a Called by the Grave. Wow. So I'm going to call my Ash, allow him to search his spell or trap. So let's see what this mutant spell or trap does. It's a fusion. Fusion on one mutant fusion from your extract by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your hand or field. Interesting. So it's just a fusion. Nothing crazy. So he's going to tribute his mutant cell pod to bring out the monster, and he sent a mutant arsenal into the grave. Not sure if it does anything when it's banished. Doesn't look like it. It's going out into Mutant Beast. So Mutant Beast can negate a spell or trap and banish it. Interesting. So now he's going to use the fusion. So Mutant Beast is an earth type. The only type that we have in the grave is a water and fire, not the greatest. I can go into another Blackbeard, I can go into a Brawn, but that's not going to help us get rid of monsters. I would like to get a Dark on the field so Moerk can come out. But I don't think that's going to happen with the mutant cards. I believe they are all earth and water, from what I'm seeing. Unless the fusion is a different attribute. Actually, the one other mutant was fire, so maybe they are a bunch of different types. Mutant synthesis. Interesting. So I was going to use his effect to try and destroy my Blackbeard, but I'm going to immediately use his effect to go out into Brawn. He'll have to crash into it if he wants to destroy Brawn, destroying his own monster. And we drew an infinite impermanence. Would have been nice to have that last turn, but that's alright. Next turn we can Kaiju, we have our Golden Hair Engrave to summon back out. We have Emblem to go into any card in either player's graveyard, so we can do Fire or Water. No Darks on my side of the field either. No Lights either. We'll see what he opts to do here, if he wants to try and smash into it, or if he wants to do something else. Have to remember that Mutant Beast can negate a spell card by banishing a card from his hand. So he's going to summon out Destiny Hero Celeste. And he is going to crash into it. Okay, definitely interesting. And he's going to add one of his banished mutants. So he's going to add back in the ST46. Allows him to get another Speller Trap. Now he's going to just attack with his 2 monsters. Which is fine, this is damage that we can definitely take. Having the Celeste on field is a dark type now. Meaning that I may use any of the other dark types as well to go into Moark. Definitely very nice. So he has 2 cards in hand, we know what one of them is. And I just drew an Ash Blossom. So here, I'm thinking we Kaiju. Yes. We're going to Kaiju the mutant because I need to use a Speller Trap this turn. And he will be able to negate it. So we'll just Kaiju it, and then we'll activate our Golden Hair's effect. Get rid of an Ash Blossom since we won't be needing it. Hopefully. We will now use Golden Hair, or Emblem, and use the Emblem effect to go into our Blackbeard. Because Blackbeard is gaining attack from the Emblem, we can now attack into his Celeste. And we can now go into Moark and hope for a lucky draw into a Plunder Patrol card. Did not get it though, but we did get a Desires. I have to activate the extra Desires because I need to get a Plunder Patrol card. It's very important. Luckily I did get it. So now we will use it to banish the Kaiju and search for our ship. We will discard the other Kaiju we drew, and we will get our Whitebeard. Yes. And we can set a card. Deck's not looking too good, only have 6 cards in deck, but that's all we need. Very lucky with our Pot of Desires not getting rid of every single one of our field spells to allow us to now use our Moark's effect. And we're very lucky to also have a lot of cards in our deck still. So let's see what he can do. I know he has an ST4 in there, the mutant that searches for a spell or trap. We are not going to allow that effect to go off. That is too good of an effect to allow to stay on the field. Because he can also use it to tribute. But if we Infinite Imperm, it gets rid of both of them. And that's why I opted to get rid of the Ash instead of the Infinite Impermanence. And just like that, he has to end. So we will use now our Moark's effect. Banish it. Search for our field spell or our fusion card. And use Whitebeard to get one of our monsters out. Looks like we have all 3 Bluebeards, funny enough, so we'll just summon out a Bluebeard. Search for a Black Eyes using the field spell. Get back our Whitebeard in hand. Special summon out the Black Eyes. Normal summon the Whitebeard. Go into attack. Activate the effect of our Plunder Patrol. Shipping. target our Moark. We will give it the very last Bluebeard we have in our deck to boost everyone up to enough damage to kill. Who needs Link monsters to win games when you can just boost all your monsters up to 2000 attack and beat them down? And with that, we have game. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed our show of Plunder Patrol. We had very nice replays, very nice game here, and I hope you will stick around. Check out the rest of our channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell if you will, leave a comment down below if you like the deck, and also make sure to stay tuned for other deck types and other profiles in the future. My name's Team Member Bryan, I'll see you around.